So in the next section here, it's, what does it say this one is? 11-2A, right guys? So distance learners, we're going to be looking at 11-2A. These are two of them off of your worksheet. So we're going to go to number 2 and number 10. And then if you didn't have class yet today, you're going to work on the front. I won't give you enough to do the back. If you had class today, you can just keep on rolling. So you're going to be multiplying rational expressions. Today it's not too bad. It's going to get a little tricky tomorrow. So when you multiply fractions from elementary, sorry, my smartboard is kind of broken. So when you multiply fractions from elementary school, you just multiply straight across. So it seems really easy. Yep.
You do number 4.
This is number 4?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Let's go do 4 then. So thank you for telling me. So distance learners, you'll have to send me a picture of 4 and 10 being done on the worksheet for today. All right, so what your teacher's going to tell you or already told you is that you multiply straight across, but your answers have to be in simplified form. And when I multiply these, I get really big numbers. So it's not like in elementary school where I just get 3 over 10. And some of them are going to be polynomials that you need to factor. So you just have to go start what I say, knocking it down. You can take little bites or big bites. So you need to look at this 36, and you have to see if there's anything in it that's living anywhere on the bottom, either in here or in here, and you're going to chop it out. It's best to find the biggest, or take the biggest bite you can, but if you miss the biggest, you'll know. So you guys just tell me, what's something that goes into 36 that also goes into 24? You guys can go ahead and just tell me. 12. Let's suppose, though, that you didn't find the biggest, okay? Was that you, Lily, who said that? Let's suppose she looks at it and she goes, 6. And she goes, I'm going to divide out a 6, and I'm going to divide out a 6. How would she know she didn't get the biggest? It doesn't matter. She just needs to take 2 bites instead of 1 big bite. Do you guys know how we know she didn't get the biggest one? What still goes into these? What still goes? 2 still does. So I'm going to take out a bite of 6 and then a bite of 2. And by a bite, I mean I'm dividing it out. Lily would have gone immediately, 36 divided by 12 is 3, 20. But so you don't have to get the biggest. It's just less bites. All right? So then we're going to go over and ask ourselves, is there anything living in the 25 that's also living anywhere on the bottom? What shouts out to you? What goes into both of these? For sure. And we'll know if it's the biggest. 25 divided by 5. 45 divided by 5. If nothing goes in to those 2 that are left. And nothing goes into 5, that also goes into 9. So you might be able to take 1 big bite, or maybe Nick starts this and goes, oh, they're even, I'm going to take out a 2. That's fine. They'll have 18 over 12, still even, take out a 2. Still even, take out a 2. Then that's a bunch of small bites. All right, so try to find the biggest, but if you miss it, really no big deal. So then when you're all done, you multiply everything that's left straight across. There's nothing. Oh, I still have something living on the top that's living on the bottom. I'm going to go highlight what's left on mine. So let me grab a highlighter. Sorry, my phone's dinging for some reason. It's probably one of my 5 children. All right. So let's go take a look here. The negative's left. The 3 is left. The 5 is left. The 2 is left. And the 9 is left. There's still something living in the top that's also living in the bottom. Do you see it? What can I still take out on the top? Yeah, 3. Okay, let's suppose she missed it though. Okay, so let's suppose that you're just like, this is easy, and you always multiply straight across. You go 3 times 5 is 15, and you're going to go 2 times 9 is 18. Don't forget there was a negative. If Nye didn't see that, there's still a 3, she could still catch it here. So it just make sure when you're done, nothing goes into both of these. What still goes into 15 that also goes into 18? 3, right? So Nyla could have taken it out here and going, I'm going to divide by 3 and divide by 3. She had multiplied straight across and get a 5. Well, when I take out a 3, I get a 5. She had multiplied these 2 that are left and get a 6. Well, when I divide by 3, I get a 6. Don't forget the negative. Now it's done. So just make sure when you're done, you've taken out all the bites. Does that make sense? One way to check that, those of you who have the graphing calculator, is whatever you think your final answer is. So Nick has a graphing calculator. Let's suppose he circles this. If he goes to his calculator and goes -15 divided by 18, math, enter, enter. If it stays the same, he's done. If it doesn't, it'll take him to the next level. So once you have it down, if you have a graphing calculator, maybe on a test I would do that. I just be like, did I get everything taken out? Because your teacher's going to want to see this crossing off. But you can use your calculator to see if you are done. Does that make sense? So let's go look at number 10. Number 10 is a bunch of binomials, two terms. And remember I said these pluses and these minuses act like links or like they're holding hands. You cannot separate them. So you cannot go cancel these p's off because it's holding hands with 6. You can only cancel off something else holding hands with 6. And there's nothing down here on the bottom where it's p holding hands with 6. Does that make sense? Don't cancel this p with this p. They're linked. Do you see a p linked with a -4 on the bottom? I do. I see 2 of them, but you can only take one of them out. So those are completely gone. That one's actually so easy because that's all I could do. Does that make sense? All I'm going to do is say, well, I'm going to multiply straight across. That's p plus 6 on the top. On the bottom, I have a p -4 and a p -2. There's going to be kids in your class. This is done. But there's going to be kids in your class who start going like this. P and p. That's super illegal. Do you get why? It's holding hands with the 6. Some kids will go, oh, 6 divided by 2 is 3, and they'll throw 3 somewhere. This 6 and this p are linked, and you cannot separate them. All right? So did your teacher tell you that in class today? Right? I don't know if they say they're linked or they're holding hands, but they should have said, do not cancel that. All right, so those of you who have had class already today, I want to make sure by quarter after you've got at least the whole front done. If the front's already done, move to the back. Those of you who haven't had class yet today, I want you to go do number 1, and then we'll check it. So class today, I want you to for sure be done with the front.
I have a question.
Yep, I'll be right there. I just want to see how far we are from those. You're gonna go try number 1. Yeah, give me 1 second. So you do the first before you leave today. You have to fill out a pass on your notebook. You're done with the front. Can you try to finish the front? All right. What's your question? While I'm letting the people who haven't had class yet.
I'm confused about the 45.
The what?
So basically, 5 goals here, 5.
Yep.
5 goals here.
Yep.
Like 2 times 9.
But it's not times 9. The 3 should have been on top. Because 36 divided by 12 is 3. 24 divided by 12 is 2. You have it upside down. All right. I'm going to write it down. Those of you at home, I'm waiting for them to have a chance to try number 1 on their own. If you have a graphing calculator, guys, let it help you at the end. So like start taking bites out when you think you're done. Go to your graphing calculator. Nick, can you go do a number 1 at least? Come help you when I'm done recording. I want to get number 1 done and then I'm going to stop recording and I'll do your pass.
It says maximum.
Then I can't send you. Just keep checking it, like keep refreshing. All right, so we're trying number 1. Let me know when you're done or stuck by putting your pencil down. Those of you who haven't done it yet. That'd be Nick, Sky, Summer, Jackson. Are you trying it at least? If you need a calculator, use one to help you, but you can't do the whole thing on your calculator. I'm pretty sure you won't get it. Just start taking bites out. Big bites are best. That was a good example of alliteration. I use the same word. Big bites are best, Betsy.
So you have to find one number that goes into the 42 and then.
And you don't even have to start with these two. You can start anywhere. You're just, the question, guys, at home was, do you find something that goes into 42 and 99? Not necessarily. You're looking and seeing, is there anything living on the top that's also living on the bottom? You don't have to start with 42 if you don't want to. And I see a huge bite I can take out of this guy and this guy. You just have to start knocking it down top to bottom until you think you're done. Do you see, Summer, which big bite? What big number goes into 99? Yes, that's kind of what my eyes went to because I can take a big bite out of it. So we might as well do it. She said, guys at home, she said 11. When I divide this by 11 and I divide that by 11, I get a 3. You got to be really neat, right, gorgeous? Because that's, I think, what's happening with you. You're kind of writing the numbers all over the place and it's kind of messing you up. So make sure when you cross it off, you put it below it. Cross it off, put it below it. That's great. Okay, Summer took a really big bite out of it. I'm going to have Nyla. Can you take another big bite out of this for me? That's okay, you can come in. I'm recording, but do you need somebody?
Nyla?
Oh, I just called on her. I said, I just called on her.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. Hey, Lily.
Your phone with you.
Hey, Lily, can you take another bite out of this? Anywhere, I don't care where. I divided by 11, I divided by 11. Do you see anything else on number 1? And I just chose 11 because I'm like, yeah, we can do that. You see it, Summer?
80 can be divided by 10.
Divided by 10?
Yeah.
Nothing on the top can be divided by 10, though.
Or 40.
Right? Because that's a 42, isn't it? Or did I write it wrong? Nope. All right. So, what can you divide it by?
2.
She's going to divide it by 2. I'll do that. That'd be a 40. I can divide this by 2. You have to go top to bottom. You can't cancel across. That'd be a 21. Right. And then you're going to look at it and say, can I take out any more bites? Yep.
It lemon cream.
Okay.
So that's what I do.
I have to okay it while those guys are, let me hop on here. Do you see anything else on the top that you can wipe out on the bottom? I see some. I see a 3, right? It doesn't matter if you take the 3 out of the 21 or the 3 out of the 3, but you can only take one of them out for now. So we'll go, I'm still recording, but that's okay. Distance learners, I'm just going to keep recording till this one's done. You can feel free to fast forward it. I'm trying to find a pass to fill out here. All right. Log in. And log in. And you said you filled it out already, kiddo? All right. And I approved it. So go ahead. All right. So somebody said, ah!
Sorry. Are you okay?
Oh, definitely. I was just totally playing it up. I hit my foot, not even. All right, anyway. So you said to divide out of 3. Did you take it out of the 21 or did you take it out of there?
What? I took it out of the 9. The 9 is 3 and then
Okay, and then on the top, did you take it out of the 21 or did you cancel that one out?
cancel the 1 out.
This one or this one? Like we're dividing a 3 out of the bottom, but there's a 3 in here.
Yeah.
And there's
7.
also a 3 right here. You said this is a 7.
Yeah.
That'll work. Okay. Top to bottom. Can you take any more bites out? Yes. Do you see how you have to be neat? Because you're actually just, and we're doing this in multiple bites. It doesn't matter. All right. What else can I cancel off? The 3 and the 3. And I didn't have to do it in that order. You just do what you see first. Summer said 11, so I took a bite out of 11 out of it. So what's left on the top? Oops, sorry, I went to go to the highlighter. Just the 7 and the end. Don't forget about that. We never canceled that off. And on the bottom, there's a 40 left. If you're not sure if that's done, check it on your calculator. But that one's pretty obvious because nothing goes into 7 and plus the answers on there. Right? If you had class, keep working. If you didn't, I think we're only focusing on the front. You guys need to take notes in class for the back. Let's go try an easy one, though, down on the bottom. Let's go try number 7. All right? Distance learners, you're going to take a picture of these ones I've done. So there's 4 problems we're doing together. Let's go take a look at number 7. You guys start canceling. These are almost easier because you get to take off these big chunks. Number 7 is that, and then on the bottom is this, and then on the bottom is this, and then on the top is that, and then on the bottom is n plus 8, and an n plus 6. So you guys go try number 7 and then check it up here when you're done. Same with you guys, distance learners. Go try it and we'll see how it goes. It's kind of nice and easy for number 7. Should almost be done. Right, Nick? There's not much I can do here. Is there a 7 living on the bottom? What do you think? Can I cancel the 7 off? What do you guys think? Can I cancel the 7 off? No. Are there any n's that aren't linked with something? There's nothing down here. There's no n's that aren't linked with something. If there had been an n right here, then I'm like, oh, it's not linked with something. I could take one out, but I can't do that either. Is there an n linked with a positive 4 in the bottom?
Yeah.
Yes. I'm going to wipe those out. Is there an n linked with a negative 3 on the bottom? Yes. I'm going to wipe those out. Then I multiply straight across, and I get a 7n squared over an n plus 8 times an n plus 6. And we're done. I'm going to upload this video. But do you guys get why we can't cancel one of these n's off with one of these?
Because
Yeah. Yeah, n squared isn't linked with anything, and my n is holding hands with the 8. The only thing I can cancel off with that n plus 8 is another n plus 8. Alright? If those of you who didn't have class, if you feel like I don't get that, that's okay. But make sure you listen for on the back, because we didn't cover that kind. Okay, maybe try to keep working on the front a little bit. I'm going to upload this, though, while I'm waiting, and then I'll come help you, gorgeous. Just let me set this to load. That way it can maybe upload by